Hey guys, this is Gary Barr of the Southeastern Extreme Riders Association, and I know everybody wants to know what the schedule is. It's coming out real soon, so keep your eyes out. But the reason I'm talking to you today is that the last couple of years, about this time, what I do is I get bored, so I do some updates on my motorcycle, make it look real nice. So I make a video to show it off primarily, but also to give guys that are just getting into our sport an idea of what to do to their bikes. And I'm going to make it real simple for those guys this year, because I'm going to do something a little bit different. Get a gummy tire, get a radiator fan, get a skid plate, and you're pretty much good to go. And with the right attitude, and sign up. That's all you need. But this year I'm going to talk to the guys that have 300s or 250 TPI bikes. I know there are a lot of them out there. Maybe some of you guys are thinking about getting one, but I know a lot of people already have them. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that, something I've done to my bike. I did not wash it, so I apologize for that, but this is a 2021 Husqvarna TE300. I bought it exactly 1 year ago, and when I got it, I loved the way the engine ran. It was smooth, torquey, all that stuff, but Scorpion, Sting, and dirt bike riders changed their bike. They upgrade their bike, they change things. That's just what we do. So I'm no different. So what I did is, number one, you can mess with your power valve, and we all know that. You can move it out a little bit. I moved mine out until it's about 1.5 millimeters from the edge of the case. That makes a big difference. But the other thing I did is on my 17, I put an RK Tech head on it, and it worked real well. The only problem with that is that it detonated. I had to run AV gas. I ended up putting a Mikuni carburetor on it, which really solved a lot of the detonation, but to make it run right, I still had to run AV gas. But I still liked what it did. It gave me some torque off the bottom. It was a good modification. So when I got this bike, I liked the way it ran, but the first thing I did is I put an RK Tech head on it. It did improve it. It did all those other things that it did on my 17. It still detonated a little bit, but I could get by with it. But I still ran AV gas to make it run as well as it could. So a couple weeks ago though, I ran into a friend of mine named Davis, and he was telling me about the modifications that he did on his bike. And he said he put a TSP head on it. Now, that sparked my interest. My antennas went up, because I've been watching some videos. David Knight had put one of those on his bike, and he loved the way it ran. The tire guy, Rich Larson, I love his videos. They're great instructional videos. Check him out. But he also did a review on the TSP head. He liked it. So when my friend Davis said he had done his on a 2022 Husqvarna, I was really interested how it ran. I got on it. Within about 10 seconds, I knew I was going to be sending mine off. What it did, you have three options with this thing. You can get a low compression, medium compression, or high compression head. He put the low compression head on, as did David Knight and Rich Larson. And they said it ran great. That's what Davis did. His motor ran great also. Right off the bottom, it feels like a well-jetted two-stroke carbureted bike, but it also revs out like a well-jetted two-stroke carbureted bike, but you get all the other features and nice stuff with the TPI. Really love the way the thing ran. I've been hearing about TSP a lot, but they were out of Australia. I didn't want to send my ECU off to Australia, but they now have a division in California, and I'll put the information on in the comments of this little video. I took my head off, I sent it to these guys, 2-day aired it. They got it, sent me an email they had it, sent me an email later in the day and said that they were already packed it up and sent it back. I got it in a 4-day turnaround. They reflash, well, with the kit, what you get is they reflash your ECU, and then they send you a head with either low compression, medium compression, or high compression, whatever you choose. You also get a not a fuel screw, but a idle speed adjustment screw. This thing has got, I don't know if you call it an air screw or well, it's the screw that controls the mixture right off idle. So it is just like a regular carbureted two-stroke when you're adjusting that thing, but when you adjust it, you then have to change the idle speed usually, and to do that you need to take out the screw that comes in this thing and put in this other screw. Anyhow, I put the head on, put the ECU on, cranked it up. It ran almost great. I did a little adjustment on that screw to get it right off the idle, and I am just thrilled to death with the thing. I haven't put my idle speed adjusting screw in there, but I probably will. Right now it idles just fine. I can't be happier with this this setup. So if you guys out there with 300s that are thinking about doing a modification, I'd be looking at this thing for sure. Highly recommend it. I think it's a real good value. Look at the info. These guys are also going to be one of our sponsors, so you can go to our website and click on their link and order this thing up. They give great service. And the other thing I really liked about it is they had an info sheet that they sent with it that really went into detail about how to set it up properly. That's priceless. If you don't know how to do that stuff, you're just wasting your time. So check this out, TSP, and anybody who wants to try my bike out, I'll be happy to let them try it. You'll love it, and you'll be buying this thing. So look for the schedule in the next couple of days, and we're going to see you guys at the races.